Hello everyone. Today I have brought you the question paper of DU b.ed 2018. If you have analyzed the 19th paper, you must have been realized that these exams nowadays have become more of psychologically competitive than testing your knowledge base. So that's why there is increasing proportion of reasoning and analytical questions. So you should sit in the exam with fresh mind. I'm sharing this with you because when I was giving this exam, many students around me were actually sleeping in the examination hall. That is, even the first half of the paper. The reason is because NTA organizes this exams in second or third shift. Like mine was at 4 p.m. Also, many of us go for master's exams also, so you may get two or more exams on same day. This all becomes so exhaustive that however well you have prepared, your brain doesn't help you in the examination room. Things you can do are sleep well before night, choose the easiest means of transport to hop from one center to another, and also start practicing reasoning along with the general knowledge reading. So let's move to the question paper. This is first question. It's a reasoning question. If you face any difficulty, then you should move on to the next question because they may take more time. So I have solved this question also, you can see. Next is also a reasoning question. Here's the answer, you can see. Next is also a reasoning question and I have solved this. This question you can see that they are asking you to select the odd letter word number from the given alternative. So JFE is a odd one because there is a difference of three letters between J and F, while in all others there is only of difference of two letters. Next is they are again asking to select odd number, so second option is correct. Then again it's a puzzle, and it's a lengthy question, but you will see that when a lot of information is given, it makes the question easy to solve. So it will take very less time. I also have solved this. Next question is, in 2018 the chief guest of the Republic Day celebration in India was the ASEAN nation heads. It was in news. Next is, given below are the steps to the test the presence of proteins in a food item. So it's a sixth standard science question and it's easy. You can see the steps. You first make a this paste and then add water to it, and then you add 2 drops of copper sulfate and then caustic soda. Next is okay, which of the Okay, which of the above will give blue black color or when tested with iodine? So iodine test we do for starch, and starch is present in bread and potatoes. Glucose is not a starch. Mustard oil contains lipids, not starch. Starch is a carbohydrate. A ball is traveling with uniform translatory motion. This means that, so third option is right one. Fifth question is, the primary source which may not be suitable for the understanding of history of colonial India is. So you will see that Atanji Kheda is a very ancient history place, and it will not give you any idea about colonial India. Next is, following are the some features of plants. So they are asking you about the adaptation of desert plants. So we know desert plants have these characteristics. They lose very little water through transpiration, so to lose less water, and their roots grow very deep into the soil to seek more water in soil. Seventh question is, reducing infant mortality helps control the growth of population by controlling repeated childbirth to compensate for the mortality. Because what happens in our India, that people tend to produce more and more children, so to compensate child mortality. So if we reduce infant mortality, it will indirectly helps in control the growth of population. In India, a village is considered electrified is so there are the standards for to call a village electrified. 10% of households and public places such as schools, panchayat office, and health centers in a village have access to electricity. Next is a maths question, you can see and you can solve. Okay, next is from eyes. In 19th paper you have also observed that there was a question from eye section. So this is a vision disorder in a two-dimensional motion. Okay, this is from physics. I think it must have been from book of 10th or 9th. Next question is, in an activity, Maria resolved a small amount of solid copper sulfate in a tumbler half filled with water. Which method would she use to get back solid copper sulfate from the solution? So the method would be evaporation. The wet water will get evaporated and will get copper sulfate left in the vessel. Next is, in a class of 30 students. So this is a simple reasoning question. I have solved this. Popular population distribution, as the distribution terms itself explains the way in which people are spread across a given area, because distribution stands for the spread. Next is, Kabir wants to present her friend a gift made of plant fiber. So you can see woolen shawl is made up of we get from sheep. Silk we get from silkworm. Nylon is an artificial fiber. Jute bag we get from tree trunk, specifically from phloem. Next is emergence of a new culture of print in 20th century India. So we can see that second statement that says making it mandatory for women and children to read novels as they were not easily corruptible. So this is a very inappropriate sentence, so this would be exceed out. Next is, in the context of communalism, the incorrect statement is, communalism encourages distinction within the community, because communalism, one community stands against another community, but not there are no differences inside of a community. Next is, in the context of gender, the statements which will not be acceptable is, the term gender is a biological construct. It is a false statement, because gender is a social construct. Biological construct is sex. Gender be made socially, and that can change according to time. In the context of contemporary debates on dates and periods of Indian history, the correct statement would be, so you can see what happens to date and period. Next is it's very standard question of chemistry, that how does what is that protein amino acid form called? Zwitterionic form, where we have carbonic group on one side and amino group on other side. The properties of magnet can be preserved by, it was also there in some 7th or 8th standard of science book, keeping a piece of iron across the poles of horseshoe magnet. It was a practical part. A vesselless piece of stem possessing prominent sieve tubes would belong to its, I feel, from 11th biology. So trocodendron would be the example. Next is Pragati stands for scholarship for girl child for technical education. Now this question is asking the incorrect statement in context of growth of nationalism in India. So I have highlighted these terms because these terms play a role of game changer in your exam. Even if you have enough knowledge, you read the question wrong, you will lose marks. So be aware of these terms: correct, incorrect, true, false, not, etc. So they're asking incorrect because each class and group felt the effects of colonialism in a similar way. Their experiences and their notions of freedom were always the same. This is incorrect because there were a lot of differences in opinions in different strata and different sects of the society. The statement which is true regarding the participation of various classes and social groups during the civil disobedience movement is that women from high caste families and rich peasant households participated in large scale, while all other are somewhat wrong. The statement which is not true regarding the characteristic of mineral is that they are inexhaustible, because we know they are exhaustible. We will run out of minerals later on. Then this question asks, Raka went to the wildlife sanctuary where she saw dense vegetation of trees, shrubs, herbs, and also a variety of animals like monkeys, birds, elephants, snakes, frogs. The most likely location of this sanctuary is in the, so we have to see, we observe elephants in Kerala mostly, and Kerala is a tropical place. And also they are asking snakes also occur in tropical, yani warm places, so tropical region would be the right answer. The practice which will not conserve LPG in your kitchen is cooking food in an open pan kept on the low flame. You must have seen that ad in which they are promoting the food cooking in closed vessel. If the circumference of a circle and the perimeter of a square are equal, then area of circle will be greater than the area of square. I have also solved this question here. You can see, if the time of sunrise in Arunachal Pradesh is 6 a.m., then the probable time of sunrise in Gujarat will be. So there are, uh, though we have only one time zone in India, but there are differences between the east of India and west of India, and this difference is of 2 hours. There is also a recent debate on this, that Northeast India are asking for their different time zones so they can utilize that time efficiently. Next is, a person suffers from punctures. You can see that cessation of breathing, because punctures in the chest cavity means his heart is affected. Next is the converse of statement, if Bunty secures good marks then he will get a bicycle, is if Bunty will get a bicycle then he will secure good marks. Next is two statements are given and we have to see if they are correct. And so first is incorrect, because ozone depletion occurs in lower stratosphere, not in upper, while the second one reason is correct. Next is okay, spontaneous process is an irreversible. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Okay, then next is also about statements for any okay, so second statement is wrong, because equilibrium constant depends upon the temperature, concentration of substrates, concentration of products. So this is wrong. So you can observe that in 90th paper I have given you, there were more questions from biology in science section, while in this paper they have given a lot of questions from chemistry. So you may get different proportion of different subjects in different years. You have to be prepared for that. Next is also from chemistry, you can say, and you can see both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. It's easy, it's some secondary level science book. In the context of protectionism, the true statement would be, leaving the third one, that is, it enhances free flow of goods and services internationally and is a departure from free trade. So in protectionism we are trying to protect our producers, our domestic producers, so free flow of goods would not be possible. In the context of HDI, fourth one is not correct. HDI has the explicit purpose to shift the focus of development economics from people centered policies to national income accounting. That is wrong. In the context of Delhi Sultanate, the authors of Tawarik, now they are again asking books and writers. So but you will need some good source for these books and writers, because in Lucent these books are not given, so you have to look for more, you have to explore more. Okay, then Nutwer met with an accident in which two long bones of hands were dislocated. This is a secondary level science topic. So ligament break must have happened there in that accident. Sensitivity on social justice can be encouraged in a classroom by all the three statements. Fourth is not correct, saying prompt corporal punishment on defaulting children. So this is not an example of social justice. Next is brain is responsible for all. You can see first is okay, fourth is okay, second is okay, while third, the guttation is a plant process in which water oozes out from leaves in the morning, while all other are body functions. Next is a maths question. You can see again from maths. Uh, a correct statement would be all squares are rectangles. So leaving that, all above three options are wrong. Members of Phycomycetes are found in, Phycomycetes are blue green fungi, I guess. So they are found in all these situations. Disguise unemployment, we have read it in 9th or 10th economics books, that when more persons employed for a job which a few can accomplish, so people are working but still that is unemployment because you are earning same amount but more of people are indulged with this activity. The correct statement for the following will be okay. So natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas is correct, while all other are wrong. Then next one, what is this this thing called to develop new software products in a short time is hackathon, like marathon, it's hackathon. Next is from maths. Okay, this question is from physics. A meter scale is moving with uniform velocity. This implies the force acting on the scale is zero. That's why it is in uniform velocity, and also the torque acting about the center of mass of the scale is also zero. Then this book Main Hijra Main Lakshmi is written by Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi. So you may see that you can you can search more about these famous writers. All of books written by them you can see. Next is from blood relation. It's a reasoning question, very easy, you can solve. And what we do here that we use symbolics, like I use for male a square, for female a circle, double line for married couple, and a single line for siblings. So this is standard symbolics we use and symbols we use in blood relation. Next is this question from biology. Irrigation, what is the importance of irrigation? So first two statements are true for irrigation while others are not important. Next is from simple science, that what will cool fastest. So plate will cool faster and sphere the slowest, because the surface area for the emanating of heat would increase in case of plate. So the author of book Jhutan is Om Prakash Valmiki. Then again the question from maths, or maybe not, I don't know. Again from maths. Next is current affairs question. The Oxford Dictionary's word of the year 2017 is youthquake. So you can look for these kind of information, unique information in Google. Next is blood calcium level. They're asking for a role of out of these in calcium transport. So thymosin has no role, while all others play a role in transport of calcium. Next question is also from maths. Now they are asking about pathshalas. So pathshalas, the thing not happened in case of pathshalas, but the state took the responsibility of organizing all formal schooling. So there was no role of state. Pathshalas were organized by independent people. Then Swachh Vidyalaya initiative is leaving the third sentence. So you can see the third sentence saying to engage with manual scavenging to clean toilets efficiently. Manual scavenging is human scavenging done by humans. So that is so unethical. Why would they promote it? Iktara is an instrument also known as Gopi Chand. The players who have 20 or more Grand Slam titles, it's a general knowledge question, and there are the names of players. City of Lakes. So, leaving Kohima, all these places are called City of Lakes. Srinagar, Udaipur, Bhopal. Operation Flood, we know uh, it's about milk. So you can see increase in dairy work. Next is the following statements true in the context of equality and social justice in educational institutions is equality and social justice are values that we have to keep striving for and not something which will happen automatically. People's struggles, advocacy, and positive actions by government are necessary to make this reality for all India. So NGOs have no particular role in this thing. Next with a cell will swell up if, so it's from osmosis topic biology. A cell will swell if the surrounding solution has more water than the cell itself. Next is from Hindi passage. It would be easy to do. Okay, you can see the question and answers. One part has 5 questions. Second is a fill in the blanks passage for English. You can see the answers. Now in first question there are 4 options and 2 are for English for spelling. So you have to be careful of that. You can see the questions. They are very easy to do best though. Okay, next is a passage. It's a long passage like we saw in 90th paper. And there are questions, 5 questions. Okay. Again, passage from Hindi. So this was it, guys. I'll also share a paper of 2016 B.ed with you. And today was the last date for filling the application form. I hope you all have filled it comfortably. Thank you for watching.